For one last time on the road this season, a very good morning, Andrew!
Yeah, last time on the road this season, Tom, and good morning to you and all the Pompey party fans that are going up to Sheffield today.
You got your special party hat on.
I have, yeah, party, here we are.
I'm really not sure about that. I think
well, up to you, mate. It's my personal preference. I'm wearing my party hat.
Yeah, got a load of anchors on it. Bit of symbolism for the person who's wearing it, is it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We aren't anchored to the bottom. Not like somebody I'd like to mention.
Hello, good morning to you too. Welcome back to your penultimate helping of Fournilwrittenalloverit this season. How nice is it to go to a game of football with weight off our shoulders?
It is actually a really, really relaxing day.
It's lovely.
We don't care if we lose 4-0, do we? We really don't. It'd be nice to have a good performance, but we're going there to support the boys because of the effort they put in this season, and that's it, really.
Two teams today that definitely know that they'll be playing in this division next season. That feels amazing to say. We've had, as you say, a brilliant couple of weeks on the channel, a glorious Easter weekend, a 6-point Easter weekend, which means we can bask in 2 games of tranquility.
Talk about me being in a party mood. Look at this, baby.
Great. Well, 2 bits of good news. Which one do you want first?
Give me the first good news.
The first good news first is that we hit back-to-back 1,400 likes on the last 2 videos, which means, like Colby Bishop, we're on for a hat-trick.
We are on for a hat-trick. Yeah, Champione.
1,400 likes on this one, please?
Yeah, at least that. What's the other bit of good news? What's good news number 2?
And equally, in amongst all the weekend's activity, we surreptitiously...
Another big word.
We snuck over 19,800 subscribers on the channel, which of course means...
200.
Less than 200 away from 20k.
Come on.
There is still the opportunity today to record back-to-back championship away wins for the first time in 14 years.
Come on, you Saturday party, staying up, who cares what the score is? John Machino, Super Blues.
Normally get to watch Pompey stress-free.
So wise man once said, I think on the last Sheffield Wednesday video actually, if you want to go back and have a look, that supporting Pompey is never about the glory.
It's actually much more important than that.
It is.
It is.
We are staying up, we are staying up.
It's me, Mario.
The season's been up and down, and what do? We leave it to the last minute, go to Norwich, home to Watford, season done. Blue man.
We live.
Staying up, mate. That's what we are.
We are. I want a good game. I don't care if we lose, because we're staying up and we're on the booze. You like that?
It's quite good, yeah.
The last time this man and I spoke, I said by the time we'd record our next 3 lads on the podcast, we would be safe. We are safe, we are on the beach. I forgot my flip-flops, but the job is done. And Ben Kennett's in goal, like a unicorn.
He's Dan's man. He's our man, Harvey.
I love the kid.
Inside up, bounce around. Here we go. Harvey, Blair. Really nice far post run. Really instinctive kind of goal, and he's probably been one of the best players on the pitch.
He's not had many minutes this season. Maybe that's reflected in some of his performances, coming off the bench sometimes in games that, particularly away from home, have been difficult to step into.
Early doors, Conor Ogilvie went very close as well, we should add.
Love those little runs that he makes, those little decoy runs off that left.
The only thing that sort of concerned me a little bit in that first half was the space that when Sheffield Wednesday win possession that they're able to turn into.
The game's been a little bit flat at times, like you said. It's probably a little bit of a kickabout towards the end of the season.
Either way, we're half time at 1-1, which on 8.5 minutes you'd have taken.
A certain goal, it's a great save, great block, whatever it is. This game is near pretty much an hour old now. We haven't got the ball down and played at all yet. This game has changed so much for the better in a Pompey sense after the arrival of Callum Lang. A game of nothing on it. This has been a fence in here today.
You said to me last sort of 10 minutes you felt like a goal was perhaps brewing a la Coventry. Never quite happened, did it?
And I was wrong.
A very, very rare occasion that Dan is wrong, viewers. Quite a nice cyclical structure to all of this, Dan, because there will be people who have watched Fournilwrittenalloverit for this season and if not longer. If you cast your mind back to the glum, sort of almost reserved, and the look that was kind of written all over our faces after the reverse fixture of this game back at Fratton Park, we both looked like and we did really feel like we didn't really have any words to continue to describe what was happening. I think I remember saying at the time, if we continue on this trajectory, Pompey are going down. Yet we stand there walking along to you viewers talking about a Pompey side that have stayed up with interest.
The symmetry is brilliant because the exasperation and disbelief is on both our faces.
Now we're smiling.
We've almost run out of things to say.
Even Scary Dan's smiling.
We walk away from here today, Tom, so relaxed. It's all down to the fact that they found a way. It was quite easy to see at that stage of the season, wasn't it, that teams were playing through us too easily, that there was no pressure on the ball out of possession, that we were getting turned over far too easily and far too quickly. I think I made the comment that we were on that video that we were checking inside and we were playing a lot of football sometimes, but not in areas that could hurt the opposition. And then to the coaching staff's credit,
it was Hull, wasn't it?
Half time at Hull, something begins to change for me. Balls are, yes, longer, but we start putting balls in where they can hurt teams, Tom. So I think we could sort of see what was wrong, but we couldn't quite see how to fix it in that moment. This squad and this management team found a way of fixing that, and I'd argue that from half-time in the following match, we've never really looked back. But, you know, if you look at the two league tables, both before Hull and after Hull, or Hull onwards, they speak volumes, don't they, Tom? You know, the fact that we've stayed up with such interest, you know, we've got a management team and a manager who shows that he's open to change and that he's able to think outside the box when things aren't going so well, and we've had a group of players that have bought into it.
Messino said in a press conference this week, he said to the players at about that sort of time that it's even happening in Sheffield, Dan. It happens a lot in Fratton, but it's even happening in Sheffield. Tell me if this level is too much for you, or are you actually just making silly mistakes in key moments? And that was largely part of the story, and that was cut out. Almost implausible, Dan, to think that at one point we were 6 points adrift, 1 win to 1 aim after 15 games, and here we are with smiles on faces. I think there's a few key moments. There's the pragmatism, that moment that you described against Hull. There's Colby Bishop's return. I was really hoping there'd be a sort of magical cyclical structure to him scoring his first goal in a Pompey shirt at Hillsborough and getting another one didn't happen today.
Once again, we find ourselves talking about the unselfishness of Colby in terms of more or less taking one for the team. I'm sure playing that way, you know, he almost sacrifices chances for himself.
Yeah.
But it's imperative to us being able to press higher up the pitch in that way and get a better turnover of possession higher up the pitch and be a bit more direct and harder to beat, which we're talking about. So there's no doubt that that's been pivotal.
Last thing I want to kind of wrap up on is that there was a protest, I believe, before the game from Sheffield Wednesday fans. Pompey fans themselves know an awful lot about what poor ownership at a football club can do. Luckily, we have absolutely no such concerns now, and if anything, we're completely the opposite end of the spectrum to Wednesday fans. But I know there'll be a lot of them watching this, Dan, and we wanted to send our best wishes, really, from one club who's been through it, bought the T-shirt, come back out the other side.
Sheffield is one of the greatest footballing cities in this country. You know, the oldest club in the world reside here. For a city with a comparatively modest population, to support two clubs in United and Wednesday the way they do, or Wednesday and United, just to put it that way.
Just to appease.
Yeah, just to appease. And there's no doubt that, you know, football has a big part to play in life in Sheffield. And when you've been there, you don't like to think of any football club struggling. I'd say the same about Reading today, Tom, as well, you know.
Andrew's just bimbled over and told me the Fulham score, which I'm absolutely delighted about. Can I also just say, how many Wednesday fans have walked past us and gone, good following, safe travels, all that kind of thing. Very nice. A heartfelt thank you to you for sticking with us, particularly on these away videos, right to the end. Norwich, Oxford, QPR. Apart from that, the less said about our away videos, the better this season, I'm sure. Well, maybe not of videos, maybe performances. Maybe the videos have been enjoyable, but the performances haven't been brilliant. Albeit not quite as many Fournilwrittenalloverit away days coming your way next season. We will be back on the road in August. Look forward to bringing that to you. And also the small matter of a pre-season trip at the start of July. More details on that to come. We can't wait to bring you one more Fournilwrittenalloverit of the campaign. Back at Fratton Park at home to Hull City. Until then, have a fantastic week. Thanks for sticking with us right to the end of this video and all the videos so far this season. We've got it one final time next week. But until then, keep the faith and as always...
Play out, Pompey.
Play out, Pompey.
Go south, there's a